Well, are you feeling trapped or stuck in a loop with your work life? We're helping you figure out your next step just ahead. Keep it 100 with yourself. At work, are you feeling trapped, depleted, conflicted, but don't know what to do about it? Well, this book could help you. First, figure out why, then take action. Career Confinement is written by executive coach and Chicago native Elizabeth Pearson, who's joining me now. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on. It's so special to be talking to people of Chicago.
Good to have you on this morning. Before we talk about your book, I think your personal story will resonate with a lot of people. You worked for 15 years in corporate sales. You walked away from the hustle and grind. What ultimately inspired you to make that change? And did I read this correctly? It started with a bedtime conversation with your daughter and ended with orange buses?
Yes, it did. I think like most people, I did the right things. I went to college. I kind of defaulted into a career path, took the job I could get, and then, climbed that ladder, made money, had some good titles. And then all of a sudden was starting to feel my soul saying, you know what, is this it? Is this all we're going to do with our life? We're just going to work for other people and we're going to take flights every week. And so the wake up call came one night when I was tucking my sweet daughter, Delilah, in, and I was getting ready to leave for a trip. And I was visibly upset that I would be leaving her again. And she just really kind of called me out. And she said, why are you doing something that you don't want to do when you tell me I can be anything when I grow up? Why don't you be anything? And so that's the thing about kids, once they kind of call you out, you have to change the way you're living your life. And so it was this wonderful wake-up call. And it was a process over years of, making a plan and a strategic exit. But I think when our soul really starts calling to us, we have to heed those whispers. Otherwise, ultimately, it will be silenced. And I think that's the real failure in life.
That's a beautiful story. Your book, Career Confinement, let's talk about that now. It comes out tomorrow. Tell us a bit about the book and who is it for?
The book is for anybody who really kind of feels this restlessness inside of them. I love this picture of this tiger who's kind of behind these bars. And I think sometimes we can feel trapped. We can feel trapped in our job, in a relationship, where we live. Maybe you have a lot of obligation to your family and friends. And I think at some point we really need to acknowledge if those bars are actually real or if a lot of times they're self-imposed or even imaginary. So this book is 13 stories of clients that I worked with. So they're real life stories. And it was a time when they felt stuck, when they felt like they were in the cage, and we worked together to free them. And I really wanted it to be a resource for people who, number one, can't maybe afford to work one-on-one with a coach, or weren't quite ready and they just need a little nudge. So that's what this book is. It's all of these tools and tactics really just wrapped up for somebody to get started with right away.
Yeah, I like that imagery too of the tiger with the bars, because sometimes we put ourselves in those cages. So what can we do in those situations? How can we stop being confined in our careers and just lean in to our true potential?
Yeah, I think first off, if you feel like you're kind of in a comfort zone, then you're probably a little stuck, because I think unless we're being challenged, we're not growing. So I would just ask yourself, maybe it's even with your workout in the morning, maybe it's your meditation practice, maybe you don't have one, maybe it's in your relationship. Are you really putting forth the standard that you want to reflect in your life? And if not, maybe up it a little bit. Join a new group, maybe start running for a race, do something different. Challenge your boss. I think a lot of people feel stuck at work. We're seeing this great resignation and quiet quitting. I call it more the great evaluation. People are starting to really evaluate their time. Is this what I want to do? And have conversations. Your boss is not the enemy. You can tell them what you want, and it's not necessarily their job to come to you with a designed career path. It's your job to advocate for yourself. So I think just go through areas of your life, see where you might feel a little comfortable, and then try to pick one thing that would be more of an upgrade or a challenge to focus on within the next week or month.
Absolutely. I love that reframing too, from the Great Recession to the Great Evaluation. I love that. Before we let you go, you want to say hi to anyone? I know your family's still here in Chicago.
Oh my God. Well, Ron and Barb and Kate and Phil and all of my family who's in DeKalb and Woodridge, and then all my peeps in Ukrainian Village. I love you guys, and without you, I'm going to get choked up. This book would never have happened without your support.
That is awesome. You are awesome. ElizabethPearson.com is the website. Pleasure speaking with you. The book is called Career Confinement. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right.